Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're exploring something absolutely fascinating, the hidden architecture of emotional resilience. We're going to deconstruct one specific, highly functional concept from our source material to really understand the mechanics of how we adapt and, honestly, how we thrive under pressure. Okay, let's dive into this.
So, how resilient are you? Take a second. Really let that sink in. This isn't just some passing internet personality quiz, it's a real structural diagnostic. When life turns up to pressure, and it always does, right? Do you bend, do you break, or do you adapt? This single question anchors everything we're about to unpack today.
Section 1. The core question, defining resilience. Now, this question isn't just about simply bouncing back from a bad day. It actively invites us to examine the very foundation of how we handle hardship. To understand our emotional scaffolding, we turn to this foundational text from our source. It reads, "Resilience helps individuals weather emotionally draining situations and become stronger as a result." Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it packs an entire psychological framework into a single, profound sentence. It brilliantly maps out the complete emotional journey, literally from the onset of a crisis right through to the aftermath. Let's view this strictly as a mechanism. According to the text, resilience is the mechanism that helps individuals weather emotionally draining situations and become stronger as a result. That's the exact definition. It's not some mystical trait you're just magically born with or without. It's a structural process. It's a defined set of emotional gears turning to process difficulty and produce a very tangible result.
Moving right along to Section 2, Weathering the Drain, the active phase. This is the first critical phase of our emotional architecture.
Notice how the source material doesn't sugarcoat the experience with vague phrases like challenging times. No, it points directly at emotionally draining situations. It fully acknowledges that certain realities, like navigating a truly grueling project at work or managing a sudden personal crisis, they actively siphon our cognitive reserves. They just drain you. Think about a time you felt that. That specific, heavy drain is the crucible where resilience is actually tested. On one side, we have the emotionally draining situations. On the other, we become stronger as a result. And this brilliantly illustrates the transformative architectural shift from vulnerability to power. It's almost like alchemy. The hardship isn't a punishment, it's the raw material required to produce the strength. You simply cannot reach that stronger state without enduring the drain. Section 3. The resulting strength. Let's move the narrative into the outcome phase and look at exactly what materializes after the storm has been successfully navigated. Let's move to and see how this builds. What was originally presented as a single sentence is actually an actionable, two-step blueprint for personal growth. Step 1. Weather emotionally draining situations. Step 2. Become stronger as a result. The mechanics are elegantly simple, but let's be real, they're deeply demanding. You endure, you process, and through that very act, you upgrade your internal framework. Let's isolate that final empowering fragment. Become stronger as a result. So, the crucial point is that the ultimate design of resilience is growth. It's not mere survival. You don't just return to baseline or go back to exactly how things were before the drain. The architecture adapts. Just like muscles tearing to rebuild denser and stronger, your emotional capacity literally expands. The net result is a fundamentally more capable you. And so, we return to where we began. How resilient are you? Now that you know the emotional drain isn't just some annoying setback, but rather the required raw material for your own growth, well, how does that change your view of your current struggles? I bet that question hits entirely differently now that you understand the underlying architecture. The next time you feel that heavy drain, ask yourself, what new strength is this situation currently building within me? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Catch you next time.